Are there any hidden costs in your health plan? We're going to talk about that today. Some of my most impactful lessons have been the ones that I've learned the hard way. It doesn't need to be that way with health insurance. Today, I'm going to help you uncover some hidden costs in your health plan to make sure that you have no surprises. First, you want to know what your out-of-network costs are going to be. And so where this really comes in handy is when you're choosing a health plan, understanding who you have access to, which are the doctors and hospitals that are in network and which are out of network. If you have a plan like an HMO, which is a health maintenance organization, or an EPO, an exclusive provider organization, those have more limited networks, which means less access to doctors and hospitals, which means more likely that you're gonna have larger out-of-network costs. So you really want to avoid that. The second thing is you want to be really aware of what are any non-covered services or items on your plan or any exclusions, okay? So for example, there's some plans that don't cover psychiatrists, or there's some plans that don't cover drug and alcohol rehab. Some plans don't cover pregnancy. You really want to be aware of those. Also, if you have a pre-existing condition, you want to know that the plan that you're going to choose doesn't have any kind of like limitations or exclusions on pre-existing. You want to make sure that whatever you're being treated for is actually going to be covered when you need it. Also, just keep in mind and you can ask your agent this, what is the definition of a pre-existing condition when choosing your plan? The third thing, and this is a really tricky one, is you want to make sure that the hospital or the doctor isn't charging you more money if you have insurance than if you pay cash. And it doesn't really seem like it makes sense, and that's because it's kind of wrong for them to do that. But in a lot of cases, I've seen it, the same hospital will give a person a much cheaper price if they pay cash than if they go through their insurance, right? They try to bill the insurance more. This isn't the right thing to do on their part, but a lot of people do it. So you just gotta keep in mind, I always tell everybody, always ask before going through your insurance, what is the cash pay rate? And you'll really educate yourself by doing that. And so the fourth point, and this is a big one, is going to the emergency room. Okay, when you go to an emergency room, just know that everything's gonna cost a lot more, okay? It could be like $100 for a Tylenol. I'm not kidding, guys. I've seen it on some of these explanation of benefit statements that I look at every day. Make sure that when you go to the emergency room, it's actually an emergency, okay? There are other things that you can do before going to an emergency room. You can use a telemedicine feature. You can go to an urgent care center. That'll keep your costs down. But with the ER, just know that ERs have their own protocol that they have to follow, right? So they have to admit you, even if all they do is an x-ray, you might see some very big bills on that, okay? And they really can't deny you. So they won't even check your insurance a lot of times. They'll just take you, admit you, and you can just expect the bills to be really high. Health insurance is just that. It's insurance against the unexpected, right? And so when something unexpected happens that in regards to your health, the last thing you want to do is have to be figuring out all on your own who's in network, how much you're going to have to pay. And so that's why it's really important to use a licensed advisor who not only is going to sell you a plan, but who's going to advocate for you, who's going to walk you through how to use the plan long after they sell you the plan. That's how I work with all my clients, and I'm so happy to do that for you. Reach out to me. To learn more about how we can work together, visit me at alexandracontos.com. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and share.